Hello, my amazing artistic Aries. Welcome back. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I'm here to deliver your guided reading for the month of August. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. Because I do my video segments in order of whichever videos get the most like from the previous segments. And as you've noticed, Aries, you're second to last when you're usually first, and that won't do, will it? So for anyone new here, welcome. We're going to be looking or using the As Below deck for the general energy. We also take a look into the light aspect of what is happening, and that's the lighter karmic lessons of what's going on and what is known to us, what is in the light. We also take a look at the shadow, and those are the more darker, deeper, more difficult lessons and what might be hidden from us in the shadow that we try to bring to the light, not only to become aware of it, but also so that we can heal it. So for this month, I'm going to be focusing on the light. What light energy do you need in your life, and where is light being casted in the month of August? After Cancer season, with the Emotional Root series and the Solstice Cycle Breaking Tarot from the Eclipse messages, we could all use some light. Those were very heavy, of course, very much necessary, very much necessary. If you need to still do some shadow work, excuse me. Excuse me. Wow, that really, whenever I sneeze, I know that something really wants to come out. So if you still need to do some shadow work, which some of you might, or some cycle breaking, remember those video segments are for a 6-month period until our next solstice and eclipse season in December. I will link them at the end of the video. So Aries, during the cleansing ceremony, Akasha came out. Your guidance is divinely guided. So whatever is happening to you right now, you are being divinely guided. So you need to trust in that. We just had the Aquarius full moon, which was very intense, and we have Lionsgate, which is happening tomorrow on 8/8/2020. I'm recording this on August 7th. So there's a lot going on astrologically this month, and in the cleansing ceremony, the Emperor came up in reverse. So that's your card. It was in reverse. I feel like you are letting go of not being on top of things. You know, in the past, it might have been hard. What I was getting is that the divine masculine energy is not balanced, you know, within yourself or within your divine counterpart. The divine masculine energy is just off when it comes to structure and things in the physical world. I feel like there may have been some sort of date-driven project that just did not work out. And you may have put too much on your plate that it was just very, very overwhelming and made you feel like you weren't on top of things. But I do feel during August, you are really letting that energy go. For the clarifier deck in the cleansing ceremony, Hoot Hoot came up using Wing Attack. So I do think that there was some sort of argument that happened. We do have Owl Spirit coming out, so it might be about something wisdom-based, philosophical, kind of nuanced. All right, so Aries, let's see what is going on. Great Spirit, please show us what is the light for Aries in the month of August. Where is light being casted for Aries during the month of August? Please show us. We have share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. I feel like, you know, that might have even been the argument where you may have felt like you were pushed into a cave, that you were prosecuted for who you are or what you believe or whatever it is. But now it is time to share your voice, to express your inner truth, right? Like I said, in the cleansing ceremony, the Emperor came out reversed. You're the Emperor upright, and you know that. So you are letting go of that energy of feeling like your energy is in reverse. You're letting go of the unevolved divine masculine energy, and you are now, you know, using your voice to balance the divine masculine energy within you, balance your own fire. You are very open to expressing. And we have no in reverse. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. So I feel like there was some sort of situation that you felt that you couldn't say no to, right? Because it's coming out in reverse. And now you are finally being able to express and say no. Like, I very much feel this energy of putting up boundaries, right? Because if you just say yes to everything, then, you know, it's very unhealthy, right? And some people feel bad about setting boundaries, but really that is the way that you can authentically show up for yourself. And anyone who doesn't respect your boundaries, then, you know, they're probably not deserving to be in your life until they can adjust their energy correctly. But I feel like you have finally been able to share your voice and express and learn to say no here. Because I think in the past you've been taught that when you say no, there are negative consequences. But, you know, instead of shifting your environment and changing the people who you surround yourself with, you changed yourself, right? And you compromised your own authentic self by people pleasing and just saying yes. But now you are reclaiming your power, using your voice, coming out of your cave, no longer wanting to be prosecuted, and you are expressing your authentic self. What else is going on in the month of August for Aries? What else is going on? I'm feeling a lot, yeah, my throat chakra, like I'm feeling that you're doing a lot of communicating this month. We have mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Yeah, so this could be your divine counterpart, right? The cosmic mirror, so to speak. But, you know, anything that triggers you is a lesson, right? Triggers are teachers. So whenever something, you know, gives you an internal nervous system response, right? What makes your adrenaline go, right? Like, why do you have epinephrine, norepinephrine, whatever it may be, any sort of neurological nervous system response? What causes that, right? Notice the people, the places, the things, the smells, all those things that trigger you. And Aries, you are like a firework, right? You're like a dynamite. You really can be set off and triggered very, very easily. And that's why you make such great leaders, right? Because you just take action, take action, take action. And it does look like, you know, last month what we're kind of letting go of is that you might have maybe overdone yourself in some ways, but now you are really in that contemplative energy of like, all right, I'm no longer going to just say yes to everybody, and I'm not going to keep feeling like I can't say no. And you are now expressing your authentic self. And part of expressing your authentic self is allowing you to understand, you know, what your triggers are of why did, when this person said that to me, why do I feel like I want to punch a wall, right? Or scream, or shut down, or go take a nap, or block them, whatever it might be. Remember that triggers are divine teachers. They will tell you about what is, you know, where does that neurological pathway come from, right? And we just got out of Cancer season, which is getting to the emotional root. And I feel like during Cancer season, you did contemplate a lot of the emotional root energy and trying to figure out, you know, like, where does this come from? And now it's in Leo season. You're like, oh shit, well now I'm understanding my triggers because I understand where the emotional root is. All right, what is the advice for Aries during the month of August? Great Spirit, please show us Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is the advice? So it's coming out stuck. So it means something that you really need to stick to it. Protection. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Soul retrieval. Yes, absolutely. I feel like these people that you surrounded yourself with that didn't respect your boundaries, or, you know, that you know, the people that you made acquaintance and cords with when you didn't know how to respect your own boundaries, right? Now you're understanding the triggers, where they come from, right? From your own emotional roots, which is usually things from childhood, things from other relationships, right? Where that pain comes from, where that nervous system response comes from. And now it's time to cut the cords with people who are just draining you, relationships that no longer serve you. It's time to call back your power, right? Because if you just keep, you know, if you don't put up boundaries, then you give your power away to anybody. You know, even if it's like, you know, someone, I forget, I think it might have been Gemini, but another reading had, it's like, people were just so set on being misunderstood. And that's kind of what I feel with this energy, vampire sort of energy. And it triggers you because guess what? It's not meant to be in your life. That's why, right? Being triggered and having a nervous system response is your spirit, your emotional body's way of, well, your physical body is telling your emotional body like, hey, this ain't it. This ain't it. You don't want to be around this. You don't want to be triggered. You don't want to have this nervous system response that puts your nervous system in a state of chaos and makes it feel like it has to fight or run away, right? So I really feel like you are definitely calling back your power because you were giving it away, you know, maybe even not even knowing it. Because you might think that when you're talking to someone, defending yourself consistently is like winning, but it's not, right? All you do is just give away your power, especially if it's people who are, you know, set on misunderstanding you or don't want to find a common resolution here, right? If you're in a conversation where someone feels like they need to be the winner, then it's not going to be a good conversation. So it's time to call back your power. The Great Spirit is saying it very loud and clear because it's coming out stuck. This is something you really need to stick to in the month of August. Calling back your power, cut the cords, and soul retrieval. I do have a cord cutting ritual that I have posted on Instagram a while ago. And feel free to email me or hit me up on Instagram if you want it. It's not currently posted on my new account, but feel free to email me if you want some info on that. So let's see about sharing your voice with the no in reverse. So finally coming out of your cave. Yeah, One of Pentacles, you are starting over. You are physically starting over. This might be in terms of money, housing situation, anything tangible you can put your hands on. But what I'm really feeling is that you are expressing that you're going to do this by yourself, that you can do it. This is definitely, you know, a physical new beginning in some way. You've really shifted your physical life here of what you're, you know, how you react to things in the external world. Yeah, you're putting your twin flame situation aside here. You're putting your twin flame situation aside. I tried not to bring up twin flame energy for this video segment, but it's come out in a lot of them. But you are deciding to move forward by yourself. You are building a foundation for yourself. You're having a new beginning, and you're the Two of Wands. That's the twin flames. You're letting that go, right? Because it was like you felt like you couldn't say no to your twin flame, right? And because we have the unconditional love for them, it is hard to say no sometimes, right? But all it did was put you in a cave and make you feel prosecuted and make you feel like you couldn't truly express your authentic self. And, you know, that's when you realize that that unconditional love that you have for your divine counterpart needs to be directed at you. And that is how union happens, right? You learn to love yourself, and then they do, right? Energetically, they have to match that, and then you can come into union the correct way. But you are really putting aside your twin flame situation and focusing on your own well-being here. Because with the Five of Wands, you're done. You're done with the Five of Wands energy. And this is, you know, arguing about love, lust, passion, intensity, whatever it is. There might be some sort of project here. Again, there's some sort of time-based thing that did not work out. And here they are playing the blame game. Like, no, it was you. Well, it was you, and you didn't do this, and right? It's just that cycle over and over again. And you are saying, you know what? Even though I love you and you're my twin flame, I'm sorry, but no, I'm out and I need to build by myself right now. Because also June 21st is circled. So that might be significant for you. And I will say, because I sneezed when I was talking about the solstice cycle breaking, June 21st was the solstice. Okay, so I do think that there are messages for you in the solstice cycle breaking tarot that I did. So I will link that at the end. Like I said, please watch your sun, moon, and rising, and maybe Venus, because there's definitely some messages for you there. But yeah, you're done. You're done with, once again, you're done being constantly misunderstood and in a state of consistent arguing is what I'm getting here. What's the light energy? What's the light energy? What's the light energy here? Whew. So we have Sensino using Covet and Hitmonchan using Coordinated Beatdown, and this wanted to come out stuck, which is flash. This is a special type of electric energy, flash energy. So there may have been something that happened very quickly here, happened in a flash. Someone might like the flash is what I'm hearing. But we have Sensino using Covet. So someone wants something that isn't theirs, whether it's you wanting someone maybe in another relationship, or, you know, maybe you're in a relationship and your divine counterpart wants you, but someone is really coveting something that is not theirs at the moment. It says Cincino's body is coated in a special oil that helps it deflect attacks, such as punches. I'm hearing that someone likes to grease their hair a lot, or someone might be, you know, maybe using protective oils here with coordinated beatdown. So again, this is that fighting type. I do think that you had a fight, like I said, that in the cleansing ceremony, Hoot came out using wing attack, which means some sort of argument. And I really feel like this kind of happened in a flash where here you are, you know, in a coordinated beatdown. There was it was like, it happened in a flash, but it was coordinated, right? What I'm feeling is that you had things, or they had things in their head, and they already had the way that this conversation was going to go. So that way, when you guys, you know, went through this fight, it was just coordinated and just like boom, bam, boom, 1-2 punch sort of energy. It says the punches slice the air. Again, the air, the communication. So there were words that hurt here. It says, however, it seems to need a short break after fighting for 3 minutes. Yeah, so this might have been a pretty quick fight. You might have fought really quickly, and, you know, and then you decide, like, you know what, I need a break from this because I'm done arguing here. I'm done with this fighting energy. What's the shadow? What's the shadow here? What's the shadow? We have Mewtwo using psychic. So yeah, you do still have that psychic connection together. You know, Mewtwo. So both of you are still very much psychically connected. This is a very strong third eye connection. You might be communicating telepathically, and it, you know, this is in the light. So I do feel like a lot of you actually had a verbal fight here, but for some of you, it might have been telepathically, right? Because we do have twin flames, and that is one of the common things of the twin flame phenomena, is that you have a line of telepathy open between you and your twin at all times. So this psychic connection is still very strong. You might want to protect your third eye, especially if you don't want them in your head, like annoying you. So, you know, this is a very, very strong psychic connection, but Mewtwo is kind of angry. Mewtwo is a Pokemon that was created from Mew, which is a mythical Pokemon, and was created to be basically like a slave to humans and as the most powerful Pokemon, but it was able to escape of like, fuck that, like, you created me, but I didn't want to be created, and blah, 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 and then becomes pretty vengeful. And, you know, I kind of feel like that's how, yep, there's that energy. I kind of feel like both of you are kind of in a situation of like, damn it, like, it's the twin flame situation, we can't do anything about it, and you're getting a little bit hostile towards the connection that you have, which is okay, but remember, unconditional love is the way to go. You know, that doesn't mean that, you know, unconditionally loving someone doesn't mean that you let them treat you any way that they want to, right? They're not allowed to treat you like a piece of shit. That's not happening, right? Because if you let them do that, then you can never really come into divine union, right? So that's why I'm very proud of you for, you know, learning how to speak up and, you know, understanding those boundaries, learning when to say no. It says, a Pokemon whose genetic code was repeatedly recombined for research. It turned vicious as a result. Yeah, so there's definitely some vicious energy here. Be very careful, Aries, what you are saying and doing, you know, in your third eye, your thoughts, keep them right. Keep your mind right, seriously, especially because everything that you say to yourself in your mind, your twin flame is probably hearing as well, especially if it's about them. So keep your mind at a high vibration. It does talk about the genetic code being repeatedly recombined, right? We are entering Lionsgate, and there have been a lot of DNA upgrades, right? Epigenetic control. So epigenetic control is, you know, every single cell that you have in your body has the entire blueprint of your entire genome, and the way that it determines a skin cell from a liver cell from a hair cell is just what gene is turned on, right? And it's just like you have a blueprint for, you know, the entire house, but the way to code and make everything that's necessary for a bathroom, right, or necessary for a liver is just based on activation or deactivation, you know, or silencing of different parts of the genetic sequence. And what determines what gets coded, right, what from, you know, a liver cell to a skin cell and so on, is the environment. It's called epigenetic control, where the environment, it's control above the genes, right? Because the environment determines what proteins are coded to make different, you know, parts, different kind of cells, different parts of the body. So there have been a lot of DNA upgrades with this Lion's Gate. I can feel it within myself. I know a lot of people that I'm in contact with have been feeling the same way. So make sure you're getting a lot of rest, eat fruits and veggies, stay hydrated, because your DNA is being recombined here. Please try to stay away from that vicious energy. All right, so mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Well, definitely your twin, but I do think you're looking deeper into your triggers here. Let's see, what are the triggers here for Aries? What are the triggers? Seven of Wands. Yeah, again, it's like this projection into the future of where things are going. You know, Wands, the love, lust, passion, intensity, and things like that. This is like where things go over time. And I think you're seeing the pattern, right? She's even pointing out the pattern of like, look, we're good here, like we're not good here and we're good here. And then it goes down and then it goes up and then it goes down and then it goes up. And I feel like you understand this pattern and that it's triggering. And I feel like there's so many different kind of energies. One, this is like the way that your relationships tend to go, right? And you're recognizing that pattern. Two, this can be like your own adrenaline rushes, like we were talking about, right? Of like going up and down. And I think you're understanding what really triggers you like that. I say in a relationship because 7 is the number of Libra, and you know, Libra is one-on-one relationships. There could also be legal situations going on here too. But I really feel like you are understanding your triggers, what causes you to go up, what causes you to go down. Again, be very careful about the epigenetic responses that you're getting right now. It's time to reprogram. All right, tell us more about the 7 of Wands. Tell us about these triggers. Woo! The 3 of Chalices in reverse. So yeah, you're done with third-party entanglements is what I'm getting. It's like there's always an emotional third party in the situation, and you're done with that, right? An emotional third party, you know, this is like celebration, merriment, things like that. It's a good third party, right? Look at them. They're dancing around, having a good time, you know. It's a welcomed third party, but when it's in reverse, I'm getting that it's like there's always some other third party emotional entanglement that gets in the way, and you're recognizing that the way that your feelings go, the way that your relationships go, they're not harmonious. They're not, you know, in the past, I will say, right? In the past, they have not been harmonious. You haven't been celebrating as much as you know that you should be, right? Because you deserve this 3 of Cups upright. You deserve to dance around the fire with your friends, with your lovers, with your family, you know, and have merriment, have joy under the full moon, you know, the Aquarius full moon. So I feel like a lot of realizations hit you around the Aquarius full moon. That was August 3rd. And it's like, you know, you are done with the up and down now. And you've been you're understanding that you get triggered out of, you know, out of your own happiness to have this like fiery response of, you know, maybe anger or aggression or just things that you don't want to feel anymore, right? Those nervous system responses that you're like, I'm done with those, right? Like your DNA has become vicious as a result because of the way you've been treated in your divine counterpart situation. And you're recognizing like, I don't want to be vicious. You know, I want to have this joy, this merriment, this happiness. And you deserve that. You absolutely deserve that. What's the light energy here? And that's why it's so important for you to cut these cords and call back your power and soul retrieval. Yeah, we have Mencino using tail whip in reverse. So Cincino and Mencino, that's the evolved form of this. So, you know, with tail whip in reverse, you're done going to the past. You're done repeating these patterns. Whenever it's a tail is involved, I always take it as something from the past, right? You're done being whipped, being hurt by the past. You don't want to keep repeating these patterns anymore. It says, the way it brushes away grime with its tail can be helpful when cleaning, but its focus on spotlessness can make cleaning more of a hassle. So I feel like you are, number one, you might be tidying up your home environment, but I feel like you're coming to the realization of like, yeah, you want to clean your life up, so to speak. You want to wrap things up. But if if you're too focused on like everything has to be perfect, well, then it's just more of a burden on yourself anyway, right? There's this necessity to go with the flow, go with the flow, go with the Three of Cups, right? The Three of Cups is water, right? Of three, three, the divine trinity of just flowing mind, body, and spirit. And don't focus on things being, perfectly clean, right? So to speak, in mind, in body, or in spirit, or your physical environment, whatever it may be. It is important to, organize and clean things up, but don't try to put too much on your plate. Again, in the cleansing ceremony with the Emperor in reverse, like you're really stopping that cycle of doing too much, right? Because doing so much, probably for this other person, just made you angry. And it's because you didn't have boundaries. You couldn't show up as your authentic self. You didn't, energetically force them to give you what you need as well. And that's why it was so triggering. I will also say there's an electrode here pretending to be a plushie. And I feel like someone in the background can explode at any time is what I'm getting. And I feel like that might even be you, right? Of these explosions. And I think that you're trying to tidy up so that you don't, continue to explode. What's the shadow here? I mean, Aries, I love your heat. Oop. Might be dealing with someone with Cancer placements. I love your heat. Honestly, Aries are some of my favorites. But I do know that explosive energy quite well, right? You're ruled by Mars, the god of war. Of course you're explosive, but you can, program your nervous system to where you're not triggered and explode, right? You have the ability to program your nervous system in order to only explode when necessary, right? When you choose it rather than being triggered and have it be uncontrolled, because you have the ability to choose happiness, to choose joy, and only to explode, when it's actually time to go to war, instead of just having someone trigger you into that warrior mindset consistently, right? Because that's stress on your nervous system. It ages you, it makes you worried, it puts you in a state of fear and doesn't allow love to come in, right? All right, what's the shadow here? What's the shadow here? Snowball using roar. Yeah, again, like I was talking about that yelling. There is this need to roar at others, right? But the thing is, you don't need to be a roaring warrior all the time. You have this ability to choose this peace, right? And this is fairy type energy, and again, it's in the shadow, so I feel like, fairy type is soulmate, also crown chakra, can be karmic and things. I feel like it's like your person telepathically roaring at you is what I'm getting. We also have dog spirit coming out. It says, small Pokemon flee from its scary face. It is, however, considered by women to be cute. So I feel like the person that you're dealing with can get pretty scary when they get angry. They might be roaring, right? But like, women think it's that they're cute, right? I feel like it's more the divine masculine energy, not necessarily a divine masculine, right? But the divine masculine energy within you both. I feel like this person likes when you get mad. They think it's cute, but it's like, what the fuck? It's not cute. I don't want to be in a state of rage, right? That's not a good way to be treated. And that's why boundaries are so important, because it's like they like to push you up to that state of emergency. Because they're unevolved. They're unevolved. And that's why you need to be able to set boundaries to cut the cord so that you aren't constantly triggered by them. Because they like to push you up to that state because they drain your energy that way. All right, so Spirit is saying the advice, protection, do some protection spells. Protect yourself, cut the cords, call back your power. What is the advice for Aries here for the month of August? Great Spirit, please show us. What is the advice here? King of Wands. Yeah, this is balancing the divine feminine and divine masculine. It is the king, right? But in this card, it is, you know, the Queen of Wands, because the King of Wands knows when to listen to the Queen of Wands. That's what makes them a king. So it's very important that the divine masculine listen to the divine feminine, because, you know, the Wands energy is the, you know, love, lust, passion, intensity, but it's also spirituality, right? The connection with spirit. And the way the true King of Wands, you know, knows how to get the divinity of the divine masculine is through the channeling and receptivity of the Queen of Wands. That is where spirit lies, right? Within the divine feminine. So it's very important that you know, that your divine feminine energy takes over and is like, all right, now I am speaking with spirit, right? And you will listen to the queen, right? The king has to listen to the queen here. And that is how you protect yourself. So I'm not sure if you do any sort of spells, rituals, you know, energy, whatever, but I'm really getting that you need to cut that cord. Woo. What else here? Because when you do it, the divine masculine is going to feel it. They're going to listen. They energetically have to. They have to. Strength in reverse. Yeah. You need to not let this cord be as strong anymore. This is a Leo card in reverse. You know, you need to not let it be strong. If you keep this connection as strong as it is, right? If you don't cut the karmic baggage out of this cord, right? You don't have to cut the cord. It's your divine counterpart. You can't, right? But you can cut the karmic baggage to release that. And it's very important that you not keep strengthening this bond, because there's a lot of toxicity here. What's the light energy here? What's the advice for energy for Aries? What's the advice for Aries here? Pikachu using nuzzle. So this is going right to dog spirit. I don't know if you have a puppy or a dog that you can cuddle with for a while, but what I'm getting is nuzzle with someone, nuzzle with a puppy, nuzzle with a pet, spend some time with animals, you know, cuddle up, like find a cuddle buddy is what I'm getting with a soulmate. With a soulmate, not your divine counterpart, but with a soulmate. It says, it raises its tail to check its surroundings. The tail is sometimes struck by lightning in this pose. So, you know, raising the tail, right? All you need to do is look into the past, right? And you need to be struck by lightning kind of in that aha moment. This is the solar plexus chakra. So, you know, it has to do with Leo in the 5th house of this is who I am. This is what I stand for. It's what makes you, you. It's where your personality is stored. So it's time to bring that nuzzling energy. Instead of roaring, it's time to bring some of that softness that you have, Aries. That softness, that calm, that cuddly, that cute, right? It's time to raise what has happened in the past. And it's time to strike it by lightning, right? Kick it in the ass. Like, it gets struck by lightning there. You know, usually when this card comes out, I usually get an energy of like being spanked, right? Because it's being hit in the tail by a lightning bolt. But what I'm getting is that you need to like electrocute and like smack the past out of yourself, kind of. Do you know what I mean? I really am feeling that you need to, you know, regain your sense of self here and bring some of that softer energy, because how you've been treated has made you a little vicious here. All right, what's the shadow here of the advice? Litwick slightly simmer. Yeah, this is the flame energy. You need to not let this keep simmering in the shadow here. You need to cut the cord so that they can't keep telepathically communicating with you. If you let them live rent-free in your head, it's going to keep draining your energy, right? They're going to, and why would they, you know, why would they energetically, you know, upgrade, fix themselves, you know, do what they need to do so that you can come into divine union if they don't have to? If they're already mentally connected to you and can live there, they're not going to come forward in the physical realm. They're not going to. Why would they? They already have what they need, right? As above, so below. With twin flames, there's actually no such thing as separation. And you're going to stay under the illusion of physical separation unless you are able to cut this out, right? You cannot continue to let this slightly simmer in your third eye. You just can't. That's why you need to reclaim your sense of self and get rid of that past and bring that softness back, right? Bring that softness, because you don't deserve to be triggered like this all the time. It says, Litwick shines a light that absorbs the life energy of people and Pokemon, which becomes the fuel that it burns. Well, can I say it any louder? Yeah, they drain your energy. They drain your energy. If you let that slightly simmer, it's just going to keep draining your life force. Straight up, straight up. Okay, Great Spirit, please show us what can help Aries this month. What can help Aries for the month of August in this situation? What can help with the guided healing? So we have miracles. I do feel like there is one more for you. I do feel like there is one. Whoa. Yeah, they're definitely saying you need to get rid of that flame there. Reflection. Yeah, the mirror. The mirror. The world is a reflection, right? This is your cosmic mirror, and that's why it is so triggering to you. So I'm going to read out of the book. I've been doing it this month. For some of them, I've just been really called to. So the challenges you face now are crucial for your future success. Some things are tipped on their head so that you can view them from a fresh perspective. A cycle ends, a new one begins, and a new start and a miracle unfolds. An unexpected or chance event brings a welcomed consequence. Allow yourself to marvel, to wonder, to be amazed, and you can step out of the mundane and into the flow of miracles. A train, the rain, and a bird's refrain can mark a dreary commute or a blissful pursuit. The miracle is in the eye of the beholder. Be poised to behold. You can be and have what your soul desires. Life is a miracle. Every moment is a blessing. A moment can be all it takes for everything to change for the better. So expect miracles coming your way. And I feel like once you are able to cut the karmic baggage out of this cord and call back your power, literally miracles are just going to be happening left and right? You're going to be so tuned in. You're going to be very, very tuned in is what I'm getting. And then we have the reflection again. So just remember, when it's your divine counterpart, they are just a reflection of you. They are meant to trigger things in you to cause your soul healing. And if you reject allowing parts of your soul, allowing parts of your programming that no longer serve you, if you stop them from dying and being reborn, right, and getting rid of, this trigger aspect, and, if you don't heal this, then you won't come into physical union. You have to work on your soul growth or else nothing is going to change. So we have reflection. Consider all that you have accomplished. Remember what you were like 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Look back and you'll realize just how far you've come. Acknowledge the experiences that have helped you get you where you are. Hopefully you will see that even painful or unpleasant events serve a purpose. Reflection is a way of meaningful living. In the quiet of the dawning, watch your world unfold. Draw out the wisdom, detach from all that is not truth, and delight in revelation. Stand before the glory of life and reflect. Only you know how far you've traveled to be where you are. Everything turns golden with the passing of time, like autumn leaves that fall to the ground, filling the tapestry of our lives with beautiful colors. Exactly. There is a need to shed, right? To shed in order to be reborn like a tree. You are shedding your leaves in order to go into this dormancy state so that you can spring again. There is a need for soul retrieval, to shed what no longer serves you, to call back your power. And this very much I'm getting this solar plexus energy. So definitely, do a meditation on your solar plexus. Make sure that you are keeping that chakra, extra balanced here. And this also looks like an eye. So I'm getting the solar plexus and the third eye together with this yellow and purple. And I feel like once you reclaim your sense of self that is no longer tied to your divine counterpart, then, miracles just start happening right and left for you. So Aries, I hope that you got what you needed. I'm not doing an extended this month. I was on vacation, so I'm a little bit behind, but I will start doing the extendeds again for the next video segment. If you're interested in a private reading, feel free to email me at SachiTheScorpioServices@gmail.com. That is in the description box below, or you can hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at SachiTheScorpio. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. I'm sending you so much love, Aries. A big hug and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.